Can you type in number one? And whoa, my volume, my answers were too high. You guys can hear me? Amazing, amazing. How are we doing? What's up? 216 people inside. Guys, I think we could do a little bit better. Come on. I mean, like, who wants to miss a $1 million Hall of Fame speaker? A Sunday night. What does anyone have to do that is better than listen to one of our company's biggest role models on a Sunday night? You know what I mean? Like, there is nothing better to do, okay? But you know what? On time is late and late is never heard of. So we will start because I do not want to waste a half of a second. I don't want to waste a half of a second of this man's time because this call will be filled with so much value. Like, I don't know in which way to describe it for you guys, but we will start right off and explain a little bit. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Terme. I'm 19. I've been in this business now for 1 year and 4 months. And my first convention I ever went to was in Zurich, Switzerland, right? And it was the first time I saw the man, the myth, the legend that will be speaking tonight. And to be totally honest with you guys, I was not even in the company back then. So I didn't really understand who this man was. I was like, yeah, okay, some tall, blonde person. Like, didn't know what a Chairman 100 was, right? You know what I mean? And then I come to the next convention or the convention after that in Rotterdam, and I hear a guy on the P5000 Rising Star panel on stage, right? And for me, P5K was always like a big goal. I was a P1K back then. I was like, I really want to hit P5. I really want to hit P5. And this guy walks up on stage, he talks about his story, and he says, he hit P5 within his 5 to 6 first months in this business. And I was like, what? Like, I did not believe my ears. I was like, what is happening? And for those of you guys who know Noah, you know Noah, right? So I spoke to Noah and I understood that, oh, Noah's mentor is actually a Chairman 100 within our company. Noah's mentor, a Chairman 100, moved to his city just to be able to work closer with him to actually make his goals and his dreams within this business come true. So I started to get to know a little bit more about the speaker that will talk to you guys tonight. And I actually met himself, Joey Wilson, in Budapest just a couple of weeks ago. And guys, this man, I just told you I'm 19 years old, right? He has almost 12 years of experience in the network marketing industry. I was 5 years, no, I don't know math. I was 8 years old when he came into this industry. I couldn't even speak out my own name loud when he was grinding in this industry, right? He is almost 12. That's more than half of my lifetime. So when I tell you that this guy knows the information, this guy sits on the knowledge, that's exactly what I mean, right? And I heard about Joey's story on the Budapest convention, and I was so amazed by this man because besides of his 11 years in the industry, because beside of him being a Chairman 100, having teams all around the globe, guys. Like, this man has teams all around the world, thousands and thousands of people that he's leading. And meanwhile, he's being a dad to 2 kids. Okay, Joey, actually, a fun fact for you guys to know, he married his high school sweetheart. After high school, this is him telling his story in Budapest. After high school, when he got into this industry, he did some maybe not the best things. We're not in the best environments with the right people, so things happened. And when his wife got pregnant, he asked her and he told her, he was like, okay, I have 9 months until this baby comes to get our things together and give you and our babies the life you always deserve. Okay. And this man puts a 1,000 game plan in front of himself because he is working close to Alex freaking Morton. Okay. Our Chairman elite. He's working close with all of our big leaders and entrepreneurs in our company. So he was like, you know what? I know what works. He makes network marketing sound so simple. Like, guys, after this man speaks on this call, if you can't pop Chairman 100 in 1,000 days, I don't know what you will do, because he will break it down for you so easy and so good. You'll be like, oh my God, I can also become a Chairman 100, because he makes things sound so simple. And he told me, he told on the stage as well, he was like, I put a 1,000 game plan in front of myself because I knew that, okay, I'm going to do everything that it takes and I'm willing to pay all prices to actually come to the level I want. And he hit a level of $1 million per month after 1,007 days of his game plan. And today, as we speak, went from literally nothing, as he always like himself will also describes, to living his absolute dream life together with his two beautiful kids and his beautiful high school sweetheart wife, all thanks to I Am Master Academy. And guys, he will tell a little bit more about his story himself. He will tell you guys about his success, about all the success stories he has been able to create during these 12 years in this industry. But one thing I can tell you guys, if anyone in this entire industry makes the whole network marketing industry sound like it's a game, it is Joey Wilson, Chairman $100 million Hall of Fame himself. Okay. If you don't know exactly how to pop any freaking rank, and if you don't get so inspired and excited by this man's story and the way that he will talk to you and the way he formulates his language, like I told one of my business partners before, I was like, Anwar could tell me your case is red, and I would be like, yeah, my case is red. But if Joey says your case is red, it's like, oh my god, my case is really red. Like the way this man talks, like it goes through your soul. Like you smell the words he says in such a different way because he's such a great freaking speaker. And I know for sure, those of you who may feel stuck in your businesses, those of you who may feel like your vision is not clear, those of you who may feel like, oh my god, network marketing does not work, I don't know what to do, I can't hit the ranks, he will make it sound like it's any man's job, okay? Because he's so good at what he does. I don't know if Joey is even in the call. I can't see Joey. If you're, yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna talk anymore. It's take over, and thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure and blessing to have you here.
All righty. Well, thank you so much. And honestly, I could sit here. I'm going to need you to intro me for all my calls. Seriously, because you make me sound way cooler than I really am. I can promise you that. And what's crazy about you saying I'm a great speaker, I was in Qatar and Cairo, Egypt doing an event. And there were some people there that would pull me aside and say, brother, you are one of the most gifted speakers I ever heard. And I'm just thinking, you were not with me 12 years ago, because I promise you, I was freaking out like you wouldn't even imagine. I'm sweating, I'm trembling, I'm scared, but I would just do it anyways because I wanted to win so bad. And one thing my mentor told me, he said, get unconsciously competent at something worth getting good at. Like, do so many presentations, get so fired up, and where you don't even need to be doing I could be watching LeBron James. Like last night, I was on a call. I could sit here and watch LeBron James play basketball while ripping a presentation because I got unconsciously competent at something worth getting good at. And you know what we get paid for? For showing people every day with heightened enthusiasm. And so I got good at two things when I first got started. And if you're brand new, I'll tell you this: get good at telling your story, get good at telling other people's stories. Even if you don't have a good story yet, it doesn't matter. Everybody has a story. Even if that story is, hey, dude, I'm working full-time, I'm going to school full-time, I haven't made any money yet, I just got started, but dude, I am locked in, I'm all in, and I'm focused, I'm hungry, I'm driven, and I'm working with some amazing people. That's the language I was using, because they'd be like, dude, have you made any money yet? No, I haven't made any money yet. Doesn't matter. I'm about to make a whole bunch. You want to come with? Right? And so I got good at telling my story, and I got good at the presentation. But I can't even tell you. If I brought my wife in here, she just walked in, she would tell you how scared I used to get to present. And now they're telling me, you're a gifted speaker, this and that. I'm like, no way. This is crazy. But yeah, it has been coming up on 12 years. And just blessed to be a part of this amazing industry. My goal was to become a profession in this space, and you absolutely can. This is a viable way for you to achieve your dream life. It really is. I didn't want to work a job. I didn't want to have a boss. I just figured out what I wanted my life to look like, and this could help me get there. But I know there's some people behind this camera right now that are ready to change their life. And here's what I'll tell you. There's the day you're born, the day you die, and then the day that your life changes forever. You're one decision, one contact, one meeting away from changing your life. And I know a lot of people say that, but there's a lot of people that don't think they're worth it, right? There's a lot of people that don't believe in themselves. And I'm here to tell you that I'm living proof that your dream life is possible using I Am Mastery Academy as a vehicle. 100%. I am living proof. I graduated high school 2 years late. I got locked up for 2 years for selling drugs to an undercover cop. I was hanging out with the absolute wrong crowd. When I got locked up, I made a decision that I wanted to change my life. And to do that, I needed to change my circle. I could never go back to that old circle of friends that I had. I had to find some people that were moving and shaking and be successful, and people that have morals and values. And so I got a job at the gym, and here I am, 22 years old, just trying to figure out who I am. But I knew one thing. I was hungry, I was driven, and I wanted to win. I wanted to live a great life. And this is where I reconnected with my high school sweetheart, and she was managing a bank, and we were having conversations of what our future life could look like together. And I just knew that what I was doing at the gym was never going to get me that dream life, right? A couple beautiful homes, maybe fly in private every once in a while, maybe get a nice yacht. I've always been a big dreamer. And so I just knew what I was doing was not going to get me there. And then I ended up meeting a guy that changed my life forever. He was making 150,000 a month. I found out later, but we built a relationship, and he told me that he could teach me how to become financially free. And I just said, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm open-minded to see. And I went over to his house in my 94 Honda Accord that I paid $600 for. And I pulled up, and I remember looking at his house and at the neighborhood. And I'm like, whatever this man is doing, I am all in. I've never met a guy on his level tell me they would teach me and help me become financially free. That's never existed in my life. And so I was open. He showed me this industry. And I know when some people see it, they're like, oh, this isn't going to work. This isn't for me. I'd rather work my job, or I'm going to school for this. Or it literally 11 years later, it blows my mind. I'm like, when he showed me a YouTube video that was 20 minutes long explaining how we have these products and services, and you can be your own boss and choose your own hours, and here's the compensation plan, and you can climb the ranks if you have some effort and some hustle and some desire, and if you're teachable and coachable. And I'm just thinking to myself, dude, my life is changing today. This is about to get crazy. And then it came to the point where it cost money to get started. And it was a couple $100 to get started. I had $3 extra to my name. I told him, I said, dude, this looks amazing. I'm not going to lie to you, but I'm skeptical. And he said, I'm rich. How's skeptical working out for you? And I said, I'm broke. It's not working. If I get started today, I have $3 left over. That's where I'm at. Because that's what jobs pay. I mean, just over broke, J-O-B. They pay you just enough to barely scrape by. Most people, I don't know about Sweden or wherever you guys are, but most people here, a lot of them have to work 2-3 jobs just to make ends meet. I didn't want to do that. I saw my parents struggle financially, and I grew up middle class in America. And I just said to myself, I'm going to figure out a way to win the money game. Because like Jack Harlow said, the best part about having money is you don't have to think about it. That's it. I just want to think about it. If I want to go somewhere, if I want to buy something, I got one shot on this planet. Why not live at the absolute best and sacrifice a few years now so I don't have to ever worry about money ever again. So I told the guy I was skeptical, but I said, screw it, sign me up. I don't even know what this is, but it looks like the dopest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. He opened up his junk drawer, hands me a $20 bill, and he says, this is for gas money to get out to my event tonight. He was doing a live event. Didn't even know what that meant. But I went home, and my dad knew that I went over. I was living at my parents. I was 22 years old, fresh out of, jail. And, my parents were still kind of keeping an eye on me. And they knew I went over to some guy's house, and he goes, I pulled up in the driveway, and he goes, you didn't sign up for anything, did you? I said, nope, I didn't even want to deal with it. I've never, listen, consider the source. That's one thing my mentor told me the day I left his house, the day I got started. He said, consider the source. If you buy someone's opinion, you have to buy their lifestyle. So be careful whose opinions and whose lifestyles that you're buying. Most people take, there's people out there that take weight loss advice from people that are overweight, and there's people that take financial advice from people that are broke. And when he told me that, I took it serious. I love my dad to death. He taught me hard work, but he does not have the lifestyle that I want. So when he said he didn't sign up for anything, did you? I didn't even want to get into it. Doesn't even matter. So I said, nope. And I went inside, and Britt came over, and I said, hey, I just signed up for this thing. I'm all in. I'm excited. Met this guy, super successful, and he's willing to teach me. And we need to go out tonight to this meeting and see what's going on. And she's like, Joey, no, it's a scam, this and that. I said, I don't even care. I'm all in. This is crazy. We went out to that meeting. She looks at me 10 minutes in, and she's like, I'm signing up. This is crazy. This was with my previous company, by the way. My previous company, you could compare it to TLX. It was literally just travel and then the compensation plan. So it wasn't trading. It wasn't stocks, crypto. It wasn't any of that. It was just travel. And matter of fact, one of the co-founders of that company helped bring TLX over to this company. So it was kind of cool how that whole thing happened. But my previous company ended up going downhill, and it went a different route and changed name. Just a whole bunch of craziness happened. But that's where we started, May 1st of 2012. And I feel really old that she said she was 8 years old when I was out hustling in this industry. It's crazy. But what's also crazy is my mentor always said this. He said, Wilson, the time is going to pass either way, whether you do it or you don't. So you might as well just go get it done. That's why he kept preaching to me 1,000 days, 1,000 days. There's so many people in this industry that put their foot on the gas. They go for a few weeks. They're excited. They're fired up. And then they burn out a little bit. They take their foot off the gas. I did not let that happen to myself. There's no way, because starting and stopping is almost just as bad as stopping. I look at it like this. It's like if you have a clay mold where you're pumping the wheel and you're grabbing water, at first the clay is really hard. If you're trying to make like a vase or something, you got to spin the wheel, get your hands on it, warm it up, get the water on, and eventually you can just form it into whatever you want. But if you stop halfway through, the clay hardens up again, and you have to start all the way over. Same thing here. When you take your foot off the gas, it's like, what are we doing? Because everything's seizing up. And so I always just kept my foot on the gas. And so I've been doing this since May 1st of 2012, became a 6-figure earner by year 4 in that company from scratch. I had no clue what I was doing. I had to learn just like everybody else. So I really dove in to becoming a professional. And I know a lot of people in this industry do a lot of personal development, and obviously that's needed. Where I put the majority of my time when it comes to personal development is into network marketing, personal development. Eric Worre, Go Pro, right? Building an Empire by Brian Carruthers. Those 2 books right there are the Bibles for this industry. Okay. We got Dare to Dream and Work to Win by another legend in the industry. We got The Secret to Knowing It's Already Done by the highest paid millennial ever. Nobody's done what this guy, Alex Morton, has done. Be the One, Justin Prince, making over $500,000 a month for years, right? I studied the professionals in this space because I wanted to be a professional. I looked at this like it's an industry where I want to grow my skill set within this industry, and the rest, will follow along. And I still read books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Secrets of a Millionaire Mind, Think and Grow Rich, Developing the Leaders Within You, Atomic Habits, all those books and audios. But I really focused on network marketing education so I can figure out how to build this thing the most effective. And so year 4 hit 6 figures. Year 6 in the industry is when things got shaky in my previous company. They stopped paying for 6 months. I am not the type of guy to leave companies. That's not who I am. And I see how a lot of people do that. And it is absolute amateur hour. It is. It is what it is. People hop around to the shiny object. Oh, you got this over here. Oh, a deal over here. I've never been that guy, ever. You want to know why I came to this company? Because my first one went bankrupt. If it was still around, I'd still be there. It's not about the company. It's about you. And there's a guy that came up to me at convention and said, "Hey, I was in another company, but now I feel like I got the right company." No, dude, there was people in that company making 50,000, 100,000, $300,000 a month. You got to step up and be the one. You got to look in the mirror and say, if it is to be, it is up to me. And so I went a 6-month period without getting a check from my previous company. I was making $12,000 a month. I was 26 years old. And that was, it started in like July. Here we are going through the holidays with no checks. Good thing I had some savings, right? I work really hard for this money, so I save as much as I can too. And I put as much as I can back into the business, as much as I need to for it to be effective. But we go through the holidays, then January convention happens. I go to Orlando, Florida, and they said the checks are cut, everybody's getting paid. They lied to our face. No checks were cut. I called Alex Morton about 2 weeks later. And it's not what I wanted to do, but if I was going to work with anyone else in the industry, he was the guy. I didn't want to do a FaceTime. I didn't want to do text messages. He was in Minnesota, where I'm from, for the Super Bowl, for American football, right? And I said, "Hey, bro, listen, we've known each other. I've had many conversations with him over the years. We were boys from afar. He was making, when I was making 2,000 a month, he was making 90,000 a month. He was just doing things on another level. And we met up for lunch, and he showed me what we were doing here. And I went home, told Britt, and I said, I've never been successful in anything in my life. I was a major screw up, if anything, right? Graduated high school 2 years late, went to jail for 2.5 years. Like, I had zero business being in business. So the first place I ever saw success, where I even had a name for myself, when I went to conventions, people knew me, was that previous company, World Ventures. And I loved my mentorship. I loved the teams, everything. The culture was insane, but the company was going out of business. And I was like, dude, this is my chance. And what's funny is LeBron James, when he was playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers, he said after playing for Cleveland, he went over and played for the USA team in the Olympics. And he saw what it was like to play with the greats. And after that year, he said, I'm taking my talents to South Beach to play with Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and those guys. What's funny about that, a lot of the top earners in IM were living in Miami. And so I did my launch call February 7th of 2018. And I said on the call, I'm taking my talents to South Beach. I had my whole team on there. And I didn't, if people wanted to come with me, come with. If you don't, it's all good. But I know what I'm doing and I know where I'm freaking going. I'm hungrier than ever and I'm working with the best in the world right now. And I couldn't even sleep at night. I still have the same picture on my phone. I would stare at the compensation plan laying in bed. And I'm like, this comp plan looks insane. Because my previous comp plan, in order to make $500 a month residual, you had to have, or $600 a month residual, you had to have 180 active customers. 180 to make $500-600. Here it's 10. You want to make 10,000 a month there? I left. My organization was 1,000. I had 2,000 active in my team, making about 12,000 a month. 2,000 active. That's like, you're pushing 50,000 a month here. It's again, it was the stars aligned for me to say, hey, dude, I learned a lot, but now it's time for me to earn a lot. February 7th launched, 100 people on our launch call. 40 of them got started, hit P5 in 2 weeks. 90 days in, hit Chairman 10, got stuck there for 2 freaking years, which was not cool. And what she said when she was introing me, here I am, 29 years old. Britt tells me she's pregnant. We're stuck at Chairman 10 for 2 years. We were 50 people away from Chairman 25 2 different times. And when she showed me that pregnancy test, I don't know what it was. It was that a combination of things were going on. That my team was fired up. Everything was firing on all cylinders. And we went straight from Chairman 10 to Chairman 100 in a 9-month period. Like, I remember hitting Chairman 50 on my birthday, November 16th, but I don't even really remember sitting at those other ranks. We flew right by him. But it took me, this was an overnight success, right? It took me 7 years to get to that point to become a $1 million Hall of Famer. Um, but it works. And I always did wonder, and I'm sure a lot of people on this call could say the same thing. Like, I see it's working, for Alex. I see it's working for Jurgen. I see it's working for Ilya. I see it's working for all these guys, but will it ever work for me? Absolutely. 100%. I am the living proof. I am not the same person I was 11 years ago, as you probably aren't the same person as when you first got started, and you're growing every single day. This environment, for one, changed my life like you wouldn't even believe. We're surrounded by dreamers and doers, and we're locked arms together and moving mountains. That's why it's possible here. You go to a traditional business and you try to do it by yourself, dude, I can't even imagine. I won't even do it. Why? $275. The profit I have made off of that to join is crazy. It's crazy to me to even think about. So someone can get started for $275 and make $12,000 a year residual income for doing a little bit, for cutting out maybe an hour or two of their TV time a night. You can go make an extra $12,000 a year residually. And Jim Rohn talks about this a lot, the magic of part-time. I think if there's one thing I'm not a big fan about in this industry, and I'm guilty of it too, but not as much as some people, it's the flexing, it's all the cap, it's the stretching of the truth. Because here's what I do know: your truth is enough, and people can see through it. And I think in 2024, the most important quality that someone can have is authenticity. It's just being real. That's why I like working with email. That's why I like working with, Luke Brands and some of these other people, because they're real. And that's why I even give it the time of day. There's people that have hit me up in this company and in this industry that I'm not a huge fan of. And I won't even respond, or I'll say, no, bro, I'm busy. I can't get on your calls. But this specific call, absolutely. Because Emil is a stud. And he's just a real dude. He reminds me of myself when I first got started, who's just hungry, driven, and willing to go at any lengths to create more and more success stories, and help as many people as possible, because he knows in return that's going to help him live a great life as well. And so I love this industry. I love everything we're doing. And I can't even tell you guys how many people I know. Like, when I was brand new, I didn't know this. And real quick, how many people have been in less than 3 months, less than 3 months, say? How many people have been in less than 3 months on this call? Type of one in the chat, or a me, or whatever. I just want to see who I'm talking to here. Have you guys been in for a couple of years? Are you seasoned, kind of? Do you know what you're doing here? Or maybe you're brand new. Maybe you've never heard me before. I don't know. But here's what I do know. There are so many people, thousands, that you have no idea who they are, that they're living their dream life, that they got started in this industry in their mid-20s before they had kids, and they went all in for a season. And now they're at a point in their life where they're still plugged in. They're super excited and fired up to be a part of their opportunity, but they're driving their dream cars. They're building their dream homes. They have a couple different places to live. They have enough income to probably last them forever if it's invested right. There's thousands of those people. This isn't just a couple people out there. I mean, I could show you so many friends of mine that I have that are literally in the same stage as me, where we grew up in our 20s in this industry. And here we are. I'm 34 years old. We're designing a lake home up in Minnesota right next to Britt's parents on the same lake. Her dad is building it because he built all of his other houses, and we're designing it however we want. And it's going to be the dopest summer lake home experience that I'm going to be able to have masterminds at. But then we also live down here in Scottsdale, and I'm driving around just looking at these $6 to $10 million homes, thinking it's only a matter of time before I buy one of these resorts that they call homes, and I can slide open the 30-foot wall windows and just let my kids run out into the yard and play, go to the pool, have pickleball courts, and you can have whatever you want. And so here's what I wanted to say on this call. Whether you believe in yourself to do this or not, I'm telling you, I'm living proof and it's possible. So we got that out of the way. But think about what it is that you want your life to look like. Maybe it's not a bunch of, cool, two big houses, whatever. Everyone has their dreams and goals. Think about what it is that you want your life to look like and try to get as clear as you can. I mean, if you look, I'm looking at the background of my computer on my desktop. It's just houses. It's dream homes. It's dream cars. I mean, my phone, my TikTok, my Instagram saved, my Pinterest. It's crazy. I have a Pinterest saved with everything. I have so many dream boards and vision boards everywhere. And so think about it. What it is that you want your life to look like. And now we just reverse engineer it. And this is exactly what I did when I first got started. I just reversed engineered it. It's very simple. You want to know what it comes down to every single time? Showing 3 to 5 presentations a day. If you can show 3 presentations a day and get in the groove of that, at first, if you're not doing 3 a day, it might sound like a lot. But once you're in mode and you're going, it's second nature. You become unconsciously competent at something worth getting good at. My dad got unconsciously competent at working at Anderson Windows at a factory, building windows for $70,000 a year. One of the hardest working people I've ever met. He worked overnights just so he could be there for his kids during the day. So he'd work from 11 at night to 7 in the morning, and he would bust his butt. And he doesn't even have to think about it. But if I go work his job tomorrow, would I be as good as him? No, I would have to learn it just like he did. So if I'm going to spend my time learning something, why not be something like this that there's no income cap? And me and Britt and the kids can literally just travel the world. In our 20s, that's what we did. I wouldn't take anything back. Here's what we did. I spent a lot of our money traveling. We've been to Costa Rica. We've been to Dominican Republic where I proposed to her. We've been to Thailand. We've been to all over Europe. We traveled. We've been to Mexico a bunch of times. We went on 3 different cruises. I mean, it was like we were in a travel company. So it was every 3 months we were just traveling on adult vacation somewhere. And then we had kids. So then traveling kind of stopped for a little bit. But that also, my income went way up. And so now we're sitting on a beautiful nest egg, building a home, and we want to eventually start traveling big time again and just being free. That's what was important to me. This is something that's worth getting good at. And on top of that, every trip we took is a business write-off because it's marketing. I'm using the products and services, right? We have TLX. It's so easy to say, hey, I traveled for business. You can just say marketing. It doesn't even matter. So I went and bought the cameras. I went and bought the drones. I went and traveled the world and just got content, saw these dope places. And rule number 1 in this industry is the more fun you have, the more money you make, period. If I'm not having fun, I'm done. So I just want to have a great time. I want to travel. I want to find like-minded people that want to build this business. And where I started was figuring out what I wanted my life to look like. Sure, at first it was, hey, let's just get a couple thousand a month coming in. And then we got to 5,000 a month. And I kept those promises that I made to myself. So I'm increasing my confidence level because I said I'm going to do something, and I busted my butt every single day at coffee shops, bookstores, restaurant meetings, hotel meetings. Every day I was driving around the city of Minneapolis, St. Paul, showing as many people as I could from 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. It's what I did for years. And eventually, but I had fun doing it. This is dope. I'm driving to meet, I always have a running partner with me. So we're rolling around, drinking energy drinks, going to meetings, and talking to people about their dreams and goals and being able to create a dope life together. This is the funnest industry in the world. And so to me, it's just worth it. It was a blast, and it still is. And so Alex posted this on his story the other day, and he said it before, and I've said it before: work your butt off, stack as much money as you can before you have kids, so you can be, I mean, there's no way in hell I'd be able to grind like I did in my 20s now. This is no, unless I wanted to miss my kids growing up, and I'm not doing that. Thank God for Zoom. Right? So, I mean, it's just dope. But here it comes down to showing 3 to 5 presentations every single day. And everyone falls into one of 3 categories: a build through. You can write this down if you're taking notes. A build through, a build with, and a build for. Okay, build through, build with, build for. I'm flipping for aces, just like Marcusetta talks about. I'm flipping the cards, flipping the cards, flipping the cards, staying positive, staying excited, looking for that ace. Right? And so this is a race. Success loves speed. And when I get someone started, like when I got AJ started, I told him, make a list of your top 10 people that know you the best and trust you the most. I don't want cold market because cold market is slow market. If I got to show your cold market, I don't even want to waste my time. I'm looking for people's white hot market, people that know them the best and trust them the most. The most important person in my team is me because I'm the only one in all three teams. The next most important person is the brand new person with the brand new set of contacts. Okay. So when I got AJ started, I look at him through one eye like he's quitting tomorrow. But I look at him through the other eye like this dude's going chairman 100 in the next 12 months. So let's freaking go, baby. Because every day you don't work hard is another day that you got to work hard. And I wanted to collapse time frames. And so he made a list. He's one of the cards I pulled. AJ Sandberg. Flipped him down. Didn't know if he was going to be a 2, a jack, or an ace. Doesn't matter. He's got contacts that I don't know. I want to meet them as fast as possible. If AJ's a stud, or if AJ's a dud, every dud knows a stud. And so we did his launch call, right? But before we did his launch call, I showed him the website. Here's how you go through your website. Here's when the next trading call is. What we can do right away is let's get your 2 and free. Who's the first couple of people you know you can get started just because you're doing it? And we showed them. Some said yes, some said no. He made that list. We did his launch call. What's a launch call? That's where you invite your closest friends and family onto a call and you share the presentation with them and let them know you're fired up and excited, you're all in, and you'll do whatever it takes to help anybody win that wants to. So that's what we did. And over time, AJ was flipping cards. A lot of people said no, some said yes, but the dude was working. And eventually he flipped a card to a kid named Matt. Matt ended up hitting the level of Platinum 2000, right? And there was a moment where AJ took his foot off the gas because life got in the way. He's got a kid, whatever. Amateurs work with their personals. Professionals build through. When AJ took his foot off the gas, a lot of people just would stay working with AJ and be like, oh, hopefully AJ comes back. I miss working with him. I went and dug down in his organization and found the next person that was hungry. And his name was Matt. What did I do? I flew him to my house in Miami when I was living in Miami. And we sat there every day and we showed people all day long. And I helped him brand himself. I helped him get some content. But me and Matt were flipping cards. And oh my gosh, talk about an 18-year-old kid with zero credibility. But I knew he was hungry and he was flipping and flipping and flipping. Okay. Eventually he flips a card a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it was. And his name was Noah. I go to Orlando convention and this Noah kid's following us around. I don't even know who this kid is. Doesn't even matter. I'm just like, yeah, he seems like a dope dude. He's talking an awful lot. But I literally thought maybe he should stop talking so much if he wants to learn how to build this business. But he was a dope dude. And me, AJ, Matt, and Noah were having lunch every day. And he that's the first place he met me. He saw me on stage. He saw a lot of people coming up to me, taking pictures, and he's just like, this is crazy. I've had lunch with this dude the last 2 days, and he's some sort of like superstar in this company. Wasn't always that way. I had to bust my butt freaking hard to get to this point. But we were in the hotel room. I said, bro, come up to the hotel room. This is what I did. I think about the future. I said, I want to have a conversation with this dude. Had him come up to the hotel room, and I said, he was wearing a basic outfit, but I said, throw on this suit coat. I'm going to grab a picture of you. You're going to crack P600 in the next couple days, and we're going to blast that all over, and we're going to help you create a success story, bro. I see you're hungry. And he was asking all the right questions and he was saying all the right things. So I'm like, we might have an ace here. I don't know. You just never know, right? People, a lot of times, this is what I say. This business made me deaf. All I do is see, because people will talk. Oh yeah, I know a lot of people. Show me. I never said anything. I just went out there and dug the ditch. But he was telling me, he goes, bro, just tell me what I need to do leaving this event. He's like, I just quit my job to get here. I didn't fully understand what this all was. I thought it was pretty much just trading, but I see where the potential of this. And he's like, just tell me what to do leaving here and I'll do it. I don't care. He's like, I know people that will join this. And I'm like, okay, bet. And we had an hour conversation and he left. He went back to Scottsdale. I went back to California, which is right next to each other, by the way. It's a 5-hour drive from his house to mine. So he hit P1000. I said, I called and I talked to him. I said, bro, pack your bags and come down here. Literally, he stopped what he was doing, went back home, packed his bags, drove to my place, and he stayed there for 2 weeks. And we just started showing people. I am tap rooting through. Matt's great, but he didn't have that much credibility. Now here's what I look for in a running partner: burning desire, work ethic, be teachable and coachable. See, Matt had the burning desire, crazy desire. Work ethic was nasty. Credibility, needs to work on it. So when I found a Noah, burning desire, work ethic, and credibility, get down to my house. And then he hit P2000 at my house. He came back to Scottsdale. My lease was up in like 30 days from then. I told my landlord, I'm not re-signing the lease. I'm moving to Scottsdale. So I moved here, and then he cracked P5, not because of me, by the way. Let me just put that out there. Sure, I taught him how to do it. I can't do it for him. Just like email can't do it for you. He had to go do it. I don't have to wonder what he's doing right now. I promise you this, that dude is ripping a call right now, all day, because he saw the vision of what's possible if he just pushes the pedal to the metal for a season. Okay? We're flipping cards. Noah's journey is not just like this. It has been, he's deranked, he's been up, he's been down, he's all over the place. But he's cranking and he's developing his skill sets as a professional in this industry. And he's still learning. He's still learning what it is to take a punch in this industry. He's still learning what it is to lose a leg in this industry. But then a few months ago, we found this dude named Andrew, Tampa, Florida, fired up, excited, starts flipping cards. He starts showing people, okay, this dude might have something. And he came to Scottsdale to come hang out with us for a few days. And I said, bro, if you want to go all in, pack your bags and move to Scottsdale and let's run. He said, done. Packed his bags, moved to Scottsdale. 30 days after that, he just came to Budapest, came back, fired up, and he's moving and grooving. My point is build through, right? We're building through. That's what I did with AJ. I built through. Amateurs work with their personals, professionals build through. I'm a talent scout, right? I'm looking for talent within my organization, and then I'm getting as close to them as absolute possible and making them my best friend, putting them in my passenger seat, and let's go rip as many meetings as possible. Okay, build through. So build throughs are people that are like, might not be an ace, but in every dud knows a stud. So then you got the build withs. Okay, that's why I moved to Scottsdale, because I figured out that Noah was a build with. Flipping cards, burning desire, work ethic, be teachable and coachable. That's someone you want to build with. That's my criteria of a running partner. What do I do with the build with? I said, come over to my house, turn on your AirDrop. I'm giving you the presentation. I'm going to do one presentation for you. The next one, you're going to do the products and services. I'm going to do the back half. The third one, I'm going to watch you do the whole thing, and I'll share my story at the end. If I didn't do that, he would still be waiting for me to show up with the computer and the presentation to this day. I'm looking to build leaders. If you can teach people how to teach, you can go to the beach, right? And so I got him that presentation. Next thing you know, we're at the Waldorf Astoria in Dana Point, California, and the kid is just cranking out presentations. Build with. That's someone I want to build with, right? Here's a fun fact. Every person on your team, this is from Eric Worre, by the way. This isn't something I made up. Every person on your team that can do a presentation without you is worth about $1,000 a month. So if you think about that, how many people in your organization are ripping presentations on a daily basis without you? Each one's worth $1,000 a month. Okay. And I just taught Noah. If I would have told him, hey, we show 3 to 5 a week, let's go, baby, hustle. If I would have told him that, that's all he would have done. But he knows it's 3 to 5 a day, 3 to 5 a day for a short season. And if you're sprinting, that might be 10 a day. That might be you're losing your voice every day. But it's fun. This is fun. This is not hard work. Hard work to me was digging foundation in the middle of winter in frozen ground, and I couldn't even dig the foundation. I'm like, what are we doing here? I'm freezing. My hands hurt. My body hurts. I can't even dig in this ground. This is hard work. And it was like $12 an hour. This is easy. I'm talking to people about dreams and goals and how to change their life. Okay. Build through, build with, and the last one you have build for. Build for. These are people that you have helped develop, and they have the burning desire, work ethic, and credibility, and they're all in. And they will now build for you. I got this guy named Nobi, Muhammad El Nobi, in Cairo, Egypt. He said he wanted to go all in and launch. So I hopped on his launch calls. I sent him the PDF. He seemed like he had the desire, credibility, everything. And I had a lot of people that would join from all over that would hit me up on Instagram. And most of them are duds, right? Most of them are 6s and 4s. I didn't know if Nobi was going to be an ace or not, but I treat everybody the same. They're going Chairman 100 this year. They're quitting tomorrow. How fast can I get to your contacts? And we started rifling through the numbers, doing launch calls, presentations. And at first he was a build through. And then I was building with him. And now he builds for me. He is out in Cairo doing what nobody has ever done in this industry. I mean, he has he has 3 Chairman 10s on his team. 2 of them are in Cairo. One of them's in Qatar. And I went to Cairo last month, right before Budapest, and one of his chairman leaders, just one of them, it wasn't even Nobi's whole team out there. One of them put in over 1,500 people in a room for an event. And then I called Knife in Qatar and said, dude, I'm coming. It's last minute. He put over 400 people in a room. And it's just crazy. Nobi's been around for 4 years with me at this point. He's one of the ones that, you know, when we went Chairman 100, he cracked Chairman 10. When we went Chairman 100, we popped 10 Chairman 10s in a 1-week period. There's the fun fact of how to go Chairman 100, by the way. Pop 10 Chairman 10s in a week. But it's build through, build with, and build for. Okay. And here's the last thing I'll tell you. Become obsessed with your dreams and goals. Become obsessed with them. The top performers in every industry, whether it's sports, music, business, are completely obsessed with greatness, obsessed with achieving their goals through hard work, belief, tenacity. Okay? Look at LeBron James. Look at David Beckham. Look at your favorite star athlete in the world. They have been obsessed. LeBron James has been playing basketball since he's 4 years old. The dude's in year 20 doing the unthinkable. The top performers, if you want to live a life that almost nobody is able to live or even barely even think about or comprehend, you have to have a burning desire and a crazy work ethic for an extended period of time. But it works and it is fun and it's the dopest industry in the world. And a lot of people were asking me on the team because the VIPs for Monterrey, Mexico sold out. They're like, Joey, can you get me a VIP? I'm like, bro, you want me to pull some strings to get you a VIP ticket? How many months do you got? Let's go put in 382 customers. And so you'll get the chairman seating, the round table seating, the chairman lounge, right? The trophy, the stage time, probably a panel. You'll get the chairman retreat in Cabo, which is insane. The chairman retreats to be there with the top earners. You want to win in 2024 and you want to win in 2027. It starts with what you do in 2024. Your life will change if you say, you know what? I'm going to go put in 382 customers by Monterey and everything elevates. Watch what happens if you do that. Your credibility, your story, your branding, everything will skyrocket. That's what happened for me. eventually, it's simple daily disciplines over simple daily errors and judgment compounded over time. Every decision that we make has a positive or negative return on investment. And so every day I'm looking for those positive returns, whether if I'm showing someone, inspiring someone, hanging out with my kids. But most of the time, I want to be pushing the needle forward because I know what it looks like for your efforts to compound. And it is so much fun. So, guys, hopefully you got some value out of this call. I literally just ranted for an hour, but build through, build with, build for. You teach people how to teach, and you can go to the beach. I'm super happy and grateful now that every single person on this call is a brand new chairman chilling with me in the chairman lounge and on the chairman retreat. And you guys have the freedom to do what you want with the people that you love and care about. And with that being said, I'll wrap up this call. And if you need anything, let me know, and let's take this thing to the top because the bottom is way too crowded. I appreciate you guys. Have a good night. Let's go.
I will definitely be chilling with you in the German section and then see you at the beach in Mexico for sure. Oh my god, like guys, I've been like holding my hand up. So I've been in the top of the screen. I don't know if you guys see like my reactions. I'm like to everything Joey says because I'm so like shocked. I don't know like in which way to like melt this information. Like like if we want to just summarize the meaning that he like ended off everything with, work your butt off, do the simple daily disciplines over a longer period of time, and that creates your dream life. The thing is that we talk a lot of times about work hard and you will get what you want, work hard and get what you want. And some people they're like, but there needs to be something else in there. There needs to be some type of luck. There needs to be something more involved. No, bro, you see the real physical proof in front of you. Like just work, do the daily disciplines over the longer period of time, and you will have exactly what you want. Not because you're good, not because you're lucky, but because you freaking deserve it. Because hard work works. And Joey is a proof of that. And he's done it so many freaking bro, he popped 10 Germans in 1 week. Like, what is going on? He went from making 10K dollars, 100,000 svenska kronor, to making 1 million svenska kronor, 1 million Swedish crowns during a period of 9 months. Like what the you know what? Whatever. I'm yeah. There's nothing else to say. Like you heard everything. You got everything you needed. So from today on, and before we end this call, we have a big announcement. The guys, as Joey says, use all of your tools that you got. Use the promotions. Use the opportunity calls, use everything you get access to. And something that our beloved, lovely Anwar will drop in just a minute, it could literally be one of the game changers in your organization, in your team. Okay, this thing that Anwar will be dropping has had crazy results before, and I don't want to say too much. He will drop it for you in just 1 minute. So guys, do 3 to 5 presentations a week, and I will see you in the German section in Mexico. And Anwar, my man, take over and for Sunday nights one last time before the call is over.
Yes, sir. So I'm gonna be quick here, guys. Drop some 333s in the chat if you got value out of this call, because we're starting up. We're kicking off March Madness with a bang, and it's gonna continue like this for the whole entire month until the event, and it's gonna continue because I just, I had an idea. I gave this idea to P2K, and we're like, we're doing this right now. We need to get it done right away because this is the first, guys. Listen to this. This is the first time we're doing this ever, and I'm excited to announce that we are gonna have an I Am Mastery Academy testimonial call where I'm gonna show you guys literally what it's all about. Because here's the thing: this is not only open for for you guys in Retired Young. This is open for everyone. We're going to be maxing out this link. We're probably gonna need a bigger link, to be honest. So this is a possibility for you to really share it to people, to see that we have people all around the world. We're not speaking about only in Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Finland. We're not speaking about Europe itself. We're speaking all over the world. And I'm gonna show you guys the flyer real soon. It's gonna be sent out very, very soon. But guys, we're gonna go through the different tools that we have within IM. I'm gonna show you guys how it works. But not only that, we're gonna be having people sharing testimonials through trading, through crypto, through Aris, through Impulse. So with that being said, are you guys ready for the fire? I don't know if you guys are ready for fire. Are you guys ready for the fire? I'm not seeing enough fires. Are you guys ready? I'm just playing. I'm gonna send it out right now so you guys can see right here, right now, guys. Here is the flyer, and we have some of the absolute best. Some people you may not even know, but they will shock you when I tell you. They will shock you with the results that they have been showing. And not only that, you know, we have our beloved crypto king himself, Alex Chenois, and he's gonna show like his crypto results. We have Emilia, who's killing it in Norway. Literally, I just saw on the story she's flying to another country. I don't know how many countries she's been in this month already, and she has been killing it for ours. You guys have seen it in the chat. And then we got people from Germany and the US. Omar Diallo, who's been doing this for the past 3 years and done crazy results. You're gonna hear more of his story, and it's been crazy what he has done. And Leif Heidel from Germany, who is funded on multiple six figures with just Impulse itself. This is a success story. These are success stories that you guys will be able to see. And not only that, this is a possibility where you can share to people what has been possible to do. So with that being said, are you guys ready to take March to the next level? We have always been speaking about how we can, you know, this is the month where you can really go all in. And especially now, we came back from Budapest. It's 2 weeks later, and we have so much momentum coming in. I feel it right now, here and now. And you know, for Mexico, we will have 15 chairmen. It's already done. It's written, set in stone. In Monterrey, Mexico, we're gonna have 15 chairmen. Are you guys excited for that? We're gonna be going crazy within this company. So with that being said, make sure to let everyone know, you know, you have probably people. I'm gonna give you guys a real tip right here, right now. We're gonna have, you can, for you who have been in here for a longer time, and you have a lot of people who, you know, you have been sharing this opportunity with but haven't got started with, get them in here. If they're still unsure if this really works, I'm gonna tell you, they're gonna be sure that this works after this call. So with that being said, it's starting at Wednesday, 8 p.m. And make sure to also use all the introductions at the best possible way, because this is a way where you can use this as a follow-up for people. We can have over 100 people in every single introduction, and especially at Wednesday, we're gonna have let's drop 300 people on the introduction, and then they'll have the front row seats for the testimonial call. So with that being said, guys, I wish you all an amazing Sunday. It is Monday tomorrow. People are up already this weekend. Let's make sure to continue this momentum, especially for March Madness. Talk to you soon. Not gonna losing the bat, and ciao.